Oh, wasn't I really good? What a good break that was.
Your break was the moment of that movement.
There was just an element of we're not here to mess about here. What's our skipper thinking?
This is the shot, yeah. This is a chance.
This conversation seems to be quite cathartic for you, Joe.
Well, I've never really gone through it.
And it's 14-all here at Telstra Stadium. Extra time.
When it came to that iconic moment in English sport, not just rugby, with Johnny kicking his goal, every single player, England player on the pitch at the time, knew their role to get Johnny into a position to kick the drop goal. And so from the kickoff, when we went long, Lewis Moody put a great chase in and didn't block it, but made it very awkward for Australia to clear their line. Might have been Matt Rogers. Yeah, Stevie Thompson, unbelievable. Throws a beaut to Lewis at the back. And then we're often running into our pattern. I give a rubbish pass to Jonny Wilkinson, who sort of jumps and plucks it above his head and gives it to Catty. So everybody is now calling the move for the drop goal. There's a moment on the clip where you can see George Gregan pointing at Jonny Wilkinson and he's saying, Wilco drop goal, Wilco drop goal, because they know what's coming. I mean, the whole world knows what's coming. And then you look at Justin Harrison, as I've put my hands on the ball, it's like in a little millisecond, I can just see his body language move forward as if he's going to go and charge down, and then I shoot through the gap.
Dawson goes himself, he fooled everyone.
You know, you're up and away in the open space in the World Cup final and you're facing Matt Rogers one-on-one and you think, yeah, you know, I'm in no man's land here. I've been playing for 100 minutes. My legs are absolutely shot to pieces. It's all happening in milliseconds, but we're not going to get a better moment than this to finish the game off. And I do remember just setting myself up with to pass my left hand and thinking, I'm not allowed to dummy, but I can just shimmy my body as if to say, oh, I'm going for it. And then as soon as they came offside, I was like, right, on the way back, I'm just going to, old school, chuck it when you're on the retreat. Johnny was stood in the position and everyone's like, away you go, sir.
Has he done it? He sure has!
I reckon Johnny could have hit it with his right foot, his left foot. He could have backheeled it over. You could just tell from the moment you passed it, to see him sort of shape onto his right hand, which was obviously, I mean, he could do it right or left-footed, but it went onto his right side. He was just like in the slot.
A dramatic, heart-stopping victory for England in extra time.
I could give someone a ring if you want. My old mate Paul Grayson, he's bound to pick up. I don't know about Martin Johnson, the captain. He's a busy man, but I'll give him a try.
Hey mate, you alright?
Yeah, pretty good, mate. Pretty good. It's been a strange 20 or 30 minutes as I've sort of been talking through what we've all been talking about for 20 years, but very much on a, oh, wasn't I really good? What a good break that was, type mentality. What I would like to know, though, is focusing in on sort of Wilco, that last passage of play.
Yeah. That line out was probably about a 10-metre line.
Yeah.
Somewhere like that. As you look at the line out, it nearly hits Moodos in the plums.
Yeah.
I just drop him below plum height. The Aussie guy nearly gets
He nearly got it just jumping on his own, didn't he? The Aussie fella.
It was a relatively simple throw, but everything becomes a little bit more difficult under pressure, doesn't it? So the big thing was, that was a long drop goal from that point, wasn't it? That was, I wasn't thinking drop goal. I think we had to carry the ball again, really, work our way down there to be sure. Your break was actually the moment of that movement. That was a moment of spontaneity and opportunity and all the rest of it, because you should never have made that. I mean, as I said to you tonight, Phil Larder would have still been urinating pints of blood if one of us had let someone through there in any situation. Never mind, the big trophy on the table at that point.
But you're then on the bottom of the ruck, presenting the ball, and and I know and everyone else knows that it isn't going to get any better as an opportunity. So what's our skipper thinking?
This is the shot, yeah. This is the chance. I saw the ball go over my head. I didn't see it go over the post, I don't think. I just saw it go over my head as I was lying there. And then I heard the cheer. So I assumed it had gone over. And everyone was... But then, you know, we'd just been through 2 ridiculous last moment equalising penalties, so I thought a third would be one too many. So I was just screaming at everyone just to get back and catch the kickoff.
Final whistle goes.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure you have, you know, there are lots of different versions of reality, aren't there? Because you've watched it so many times and everyone's had their own little version. But, you know, what do you remember your reaction and emotion?
Oh, instantly. Oh, thank goodness for that, yeah. Thank goodness we've just got there. So a lot of relief. Can't really take it all in, obviously, at that moment. A lot of relief and just that, oh, wow, yeah, just done it.
I like the way this conversation seems to be quite cathartic for you, Joe.
Well, I'm sort of just going through it, 'cause I've never really gone through it but I thought, Christ, you know, you're now lifting this trophy. You're not lifting the Premier League trophy or whatever it is, Premiership at Welford Road, you know, or even the European Cup. This is like a global thing, and you know, you're lifting the World Cup and blah blah blah. So I thought you better make it look like, you know, you've got some emotion.
Right, I'm going to let you go, big man.
All right, man. Is that enough?
That was amazing.
Have I bared my soul to you?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. All right, champ. Thanks again, buddy. Really appreciate it.
There you go.
All right, go well. Cheers, bud. Bye.
Okay, cheers, Dawson.